Hello guys, welcome back to my channel Dr. Love for Medicos. This is Al Amin from Travancore Medical College. Okay, so today we will be continuing with the acute respiratory tract infections. Okay, so in our part 1 video, we have discussed about the diagnosis, classification as well as this treatment of this pneumonia in a child aged 2 months to 5 years. So in this session, we will be dealing again this classification of diagnosis as well as this treatment of pneumonia in a child who is having age less than 2 months. So this is our today's topic. So let's move into it. So we should know how to classify this diagnosis of this pneumonia in a child having age less than 2 months. So in a child having less than age 2 months, that is, he's typically known as a young infant. So that is in young infant. So we have to know about the classification of pneumonia. A pneumonia which is occurring in a young infant, it is typically severe. Always it is severe. So this categorization can be like this. Either this child will be having no pneumonia. He will not be having pneumonia. Or if he's having pneumonia, then that will be severe. So it will be severe pneumonia. Or otherwise it can be a very severe pneumonia. Okay. So this is the classification. The child can have a no pneumonia, or he may be having severe, or he may be having a very severe pneumonia. So what is the criteria of no pneumonia? So again, no pneumonia. So the patient will be having just fever. So he may be having this cough or cold. Okay, like this. He may be having any of these symptoms. And he may not be having any tachypnea. So this tachypnea is not present. And also this chest indrawing. So this indrawing of this chest, it is also not present. But in case of a severe pneumonia, if this pneumonia is severe, we know that there will be a chest indrawing. So this indrawing of this chest will be present, and also the patient will be having tachypnea. If it is very severe pneumonia, then the child will be having danger signs of this pneumonia. So danger signs of this pneumonia we have discussed in our part 1 video. Kindly refer to this video. So now we are moving to this management of this pneumonia in a child whose age is less than 2 months, that is in this young infant. If this child is having no pneumonia, how will you manage this case? So this child is having no pneumonia. So in this case, we have to give advice to this mother. Okay, so we have to advise this mother. So what we have to advise? So to keep the infant warm. So this infant should be kept warm, and also to promote breastfeeding, and also the mother have to clear the nose of this child. So if it is interfering with this feeding, okay, so interferes with this feeding. So if this nasal obstruction, so if any kind of particles in this nose, so if it is interfering with this feeding, then the mother have to clear this nose. This is the advice to this mother. And also again, we have to advise this mother when to bring this child, or advise this mother to return quickly. In which all these conditions we have to advise this mother to return quickly. So if this patient is having any difficulty in breathing, so there is any difficulty in this breathing, then we have to advise. Or if this patient is having any fast breathing, that is tachypnea. And if this patient's feeding becomes a problem, so this feeding is becoming a problem, then also we have to ask this mother to return the child. And this young infant is becoming sick. So this young infant becomes sicker. So this is the way we have to manage a case of a no pneumonia. Okay. So in a no pneumonia case, this only management is that we have to advise this mother regarding to keep the infant warm, breastfeeding, and also to clear this nose if there is any obstruction. And also we have to advise this mother when to return this infant back. Okay. So next, how will you manage a case of severe pneumonia? If this child is having severe pneumonia means this child is having this chest indrawing as well as there is tachypnea. Then if it is severe pneumonia, so we have to refer urgently to a hospital. Okay, so we have to refer urgently to a hospital, and so in this hospital we have to give the first dose of antibiotic. So we have to give first dose of antibiotic, and also we have to keep the infant warm. So this is very important. So this infant should be kept warm. So next, if this child is having very severe pneumonia, so how will you manage? Very severe pneumonia, how will you manage this case? So again, these 3 same steps. We have to refer urgently to a hospital. So we have to give this first dose of this antibiotic, and also we have to keep the infant warm. So this is the way we manage a case of very severe pneumonia. So in both these cases, that is in severe pneumonia and very severe pneumonia, we have to start an antibiotic. So which antibiotic will be starting? So like a case of 2 months to 5-year-old child, we will be starting here this benzyl penicillin. So we have to give the injection benzyl penicillin can be given. So this dose is remaining the same. Usually we will be giving a dose of this 50,000 international unit per kilogram body weight per dose. Or we can give this injection ampicillin. ampicillin injection can be given. The dose is 50 milligrams per kilogram body weight per dose, or we can give this injection gentamicin. So all these injections will be given intramuscularly. Okay, so it is dose is 2.5 milligrams per kilogram per dose. So, and what is this frequency? So how often will you give this drug? So this depends upon this age. So since this infant is having age less than 2 months, we will be dividing them into two age categories. So infants having age less than 7 days, and these infants having age between 7 days to 2 months. So in this way we'll be categorizing. So infants having age less than 7 days and infants having age in between 7 days to 2 months. So if this infant's age is less than 7 days, so any antibiotic, so whatever be the antibiotic we will be giving, it is 12th hourly, means we will be giving twice on a day. So if this age of this infant is from 7 days to 2 months, if it is a benzyl penicillin, we will be giving it every 6th hourly. So if it is an ampicillin, we will be giving it every 8th hourly, and similarly if it is a gentamicin, we will also be giving 8th hourly. So this is the way we manage a case of this pneumonia, and also we can categorize this diagnosis of pneumonia in a child who is less than 2 months of this age. Now we are moving to this prevention part. How will you prevent this pneumonia? So for prevention, we are having this immunization. And which are the immunizations which are recommended in respiratory infections? So there are three important immunizations recommended in respiratory infections. They are measles, then we are having Haemophilus influenza B vaccine, then we are having pneumococcal polysaccharide vaccine or pneumococcal conjugate vaccine. Okay, so there are three important vaccines. Measles vaccine, it is usually given as MR or MMR. Okay, and there are two doses for this vaccine. It is given at the first dose is given at the age of completed 9 months to 12 months, and second dose it will be given at 16 to 24 months. And Haemophilus influenza, it is usually given as a pentavalent vaccine. So pentavalent vaccine means it also contains the other components, that is this diphtheria, pertussis, tetanus, and hepatitis B, and it is given at 6, 10 as well as 14 weeks. Now we will be having this pneumococcal vaccine. So this is very important. So we are having two types of pneumococcal vaccines. So pneumococcal vaccine. So these pneumococcal vaccines are of two types. So first is pneumococcal polysaccharide vaccine and also pneumococcal conjugate vaccine. So pneumococcal polysaccharide vaccine, so this is typically indicated in certain conditions. So it is indicated in elderly patients, so who are subjected for splenectomy or who are having a hemolytic anemia, so who are immunodeficient, and also in those who are having chronic kidney diseases, and those who are in long-term steroids, and in organ transplant recipient. So in these conditions, we will be giving this pneumococcal polysaccharide vaccine. And this pneumococcal polysaccharide vaccine, typically we will be writing it as PPV23. Why 23? Because it contains capsular antigen of 23 serotypes. So it is not suitable for age less than 2 years. It is not suitable. So but pneumococcal conjugate vaccine, that is PCV. So this vaccine, it is included in our national immunization schedule. And this is usually written as PCV. There are two types, PCV10 strain as well as there is PCV13 strain. So this can be given to this infants, child who are less than 2 years of this age. And how much we will be giving? So we will be giving a 0.5 ml of this vaccine. So this intramuscularly in the anterolateral part of the right thigh. So in the anterolateral part of this right thigh. So, and we will be giving at the 6 weeks as well as at the 14 weeks. In 6 weeks and 14 weeks, we will be giving the primary doses of this pneumococcal conjugate vaccine. Then when will we be taking the secondary dose or booster dose of this pneumococcal conjugate vaccine? The booster dose is typically taken at the 9 months of this age. Okay, so this 9 months of this age. So this is all about this pneumococcal vaccine. So pneumococcal vaccines is basically two types, PPV23 and PCV. So PCV is introduced in our national immunization schedule, and that can be taken for these children who are less than 2 years of this age. And this PCV is usually given as an intramuscular injection, and the primary dose is taken at 6 weeks as well as at 14 weeks, and the booster dose is taken at this 9 months of this age. And now we are having a program that is known as GAPPD. What is GAPPD? It is the Integrated Global Action Plan for Prevention and Control of Pneumonia and Diarrhea. Okay, so this is GAPPD. So according to this GAPPD, so there are certain objectives that could be achieved by 2025. So what are the four objectives? So this first objective is that so we have to decrease this pneumonia mortality. So we have to decrease the pneumonia mortality by how much? It should be reduced by less than 3 per 1,000 live birth. And also we have to decrease this diarrhea mortality. So we have to reduce this diarrhea mortality by less than 1 per 1,000 live birth. And our third objective is to decrease the incidence of this pneumonia, to decrease incidence of pneumonia and also diarrhea by less than 75%. And our fourth objective, it is to decrease the prevalence of stunting. So prevalence of stunting by less than 40%. So these are the four objectives of GAPPD, that is Integrated Global Action Plan for Prevention and Control of Pneumonia and Diarrhea. So it is having four objectives that could be achieved by 2025. So these are the preventive measures, or these are the ways so we can prevent these acute respiratory infections. So now this section of this acute respiratory infection is over. So guys, if you have any doubt regarding this, you please put your doubts in this comment section. If you have liked this video, if you understand this video, please like this and also share among your friends. So thank you. See you again in a next video with a new topic. So bye bye then. Okay.